the dark. Oh, hello. Welcome, everyone. Oh my gosh, I see some of you in the comments already. Oh my gosh, I am so excited, so honored to hold this space with you. My name is Erin Werley. I am the author of One Truth, One Law. I create, and this is Phil, my husband, who
Hello.
is a big part of this book as well. So we are so excited to welcome you to our first Friday night weekly Mysteries of Our Universe Q&A. Do you want to say anything there?
Yeah, maybe we should clarify for people. So Erin's a channeler. If anybody new to this channel, Erin's a channeler. She's been channeling for like 11 years now. So we've been doing this in private for a really long time. And for years now, I've been trying to talk into doing this live on YouTube. And so this is really exciting. So we're actually doing it now. So I'm really excited. This is going to be cool. So we're going to ask you some questions.
Yay, I'm so excited. Are you guys excited? Oh my gosh, I love it. Hi, Phil. Look at they love you, babe. Hi, Kendra.
Hey.
Hi, Bren. I'm so excited, you guys. This is going to be amazing. All right, you got your questions?
Yep.
Ready to go?
And
Thank you, everyone who sent us questions. Let's do it.
All right. All right. Let's see where we start here. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. How do I find my soul tribe?
Okay, so finding your soul tribe is really about embodying your soul, because before we're living from soul, we're not quite ready to meet with our soul tribe on that level of soul. So it's going to be about deciding who you are here to be and embodying that. And as you do that, you can absolutely call in your soul tribe, but understand that there's many layers to all humans. And you can interact, and you have been interacting your entire life with members of your soul tribe. But there are members that have many layers on top of that soul that's really blocking their truth from coming out. And so to interact with members of your soul tribe who are deeply embodied, you need to match them in frequency and vibration by doing your best to embody the decisions your soul is fully behind.
So I have a question. Can we clarify, what is a soul tribe?
So while we are all God, there are also individual souls here that allow us to experience. And within each soul, there are many humans, and there are also souls that are more connected to other souls. It's simply a way of experiencing in the physical world as individuals. You can ask more questions. Okay. You did for the book.
Yeah. I know. Okay. So I just want to clarify. So a soul tribe, you said there's many souls within a soul? I'm a little confused by that.
So, okay. So I Am God's Source projects through the blueprints of individual souls to make a human alive in the physical world, which means you have everything that makes you individually you is based on your soul blueprint. Okay. And within your soul star, there are infinite experiences happening for this higher self, which is your soul, is your higher self. I Am God's Source is your highest self, but your soul is your higher self. In your soul star, which exists in universal mind in the non-physical world, is the blueprint for the perfect, most highest dimensional version of your soul, which has never been physical. Now, because we live in a multiverse with so many infinite dimensions happening all at once, your soul has had multiple, in most cases, infinite incarnations in this world and so many others. And right now, walking around on Earth, there are other beings that are other humans that are, for most of us, a part of the same soul star, a part of the same higher self. And when you meet one of these humans, you have just found a soul mate, another part of your soul star, which is a part of your higher self. Now, they're having a different experience here on Earth, but you are the same higher self. Now, that doesn't always result in a romantic connection in the way that most people are familiar with soul mates. And sometimes it results in a connection that is very, very quick and fast, but then sort of blows up because one of you or both of you was not yet ready to go on the journey of growth that we are all here to embody in the physical. Then there are soul stars that are more connected to other soul stars, with many souls within each of these as well that are having physical experiences. And then there are soul stars that are very far from your soul stars and aren't really connected very much at all. It's a much looser connection that, yes, we are physical. Yes, we are all one. And so there's a connection that way. But there's no real journey that you are going on here together in this specific physical experience.
Okay. All right. Here's a good one. Will my cat keep incarnating as a cat, or will he ever get to be human?
So we never say never, because there's never an absolute beyond the one truth that we are all God and every thought that we have creates. So in most cases, animal souls do not switch to human souls, the souls of conscious creators. But there are always exceptions to the rule. And so trust that your cat is exactly where your cat should be, that all is unfolding divinely. And if it is right for your cat to reincarnate as something else, then that's what will happen. But everything truly is happening for us.
All right. Let's see here. How do I break the cycle? I feel like some of these questions are like really long, like paragraphs long.
We are so grateful for each and every one of your questions.
But I just want to give you a heads up. Some of them are just like one sentence and some of them are a little bit longer. So how do I break the cycle? I feel like I've been on this merry-go-round that isn't very merry for decades. I learn a new healing modality or empowerment mindset technique, and I start to feel better. But before long, I'm back in the same funk. And that goes for all areas of my life, my job, money, self-worth, general outlook in life, you name it. How do I break this cycle?
Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful question. All these questions are beautiful, and we are so grateful to receive them. Thank you, all of you. And thank you so much for being here with us this evening, for spending your Friday night with us. So much love to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are all here to learn and grow. But beyond that, we are here to embody our truth, our soul's mission, the light within us. And so part of that is, yes, we're going to learn a lot. And in the beginning, that's going to give us big boosts because our soul, our inner self is screaming, yes, 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 you're on the right track. Learning these new healing modalities, learning more about yourself and who you really are. But at some point, it's time to embody and pump the brakes on the learning. So some of us can get caught in that repeating cycle of I'm the student, I'm not enough as I am, I'm not ready. Now there's so much to learn from each other, and that's why we're all here together. So there's never anything wrong with learning from others. But we also have to recognize when it's time to embody our own mission and become the master. And this, if we don't do this when we're called to do it, if we stay very stuck in that place of, I need to learn more, because when I learned before, it felt good, then it stopped feeling good. So I learned more again, and then it felt okay again. And then it stopped feeling okay. So I said, I must need to learn more. At some point, you've been guided to, it's time for you to step out now and be the master who others learn from, or in whatever way your soul's mission wants to come through you. And so when we are saying no to this, or when we're not recognizing this, that's when we get stuck in the pattern of, I need more. I need something outside of me to fix me, instead of stepping into fully, oh, that's right, I remember I am here to do something amazing. So that's it. It's looking for, where along your path were you guided to step out and do something in the world? And did you say, I'm not ready yet, I need to learn more? Now, it's interesting because for Erin, she has finally stepped out and begun her journey, and she thought she was done learning. But now that she's stepping out and taking action, she continues to be guided to teachers and people further ahead of her. And then there's that time when she comes back and she says, okay, now it's a time just for embodiment and not for learning. And so learning is beautiful. We are all here to help each other through the mission that we are here to bring forward. So it's recognizing that there's times to embody our own mastery and there's times to learn. And it's not always one or the other. It's a balance between them.
Cool. All right. If you want to put any questions in the comments, by all means, I'll try, can't guarantee, but I'll try to get to them. So we just got one. This is a good question. How do I hear?
They are all amazing. All the questions are amazing.
This is a big question that we get a lot. How do I hear I am?
Okay, so it's a process, right? It's a process, and the first step is awareness. Are you aware of the thoughts in your head? And you'll probably say, yes, of course I'm aware. But it's shocking when you actually start to become aware of the thoughts in your head, how you weren't aware at all, and how they're running off on autopilot all day long, and you have no conscious awareness over it. That's okay. This is the process of waking up and becoming your truth. And it's a choice. Do you choose on a daily basis to hold space for the universe to start moving through you? Because just like Erin is a channel, each and every one of you is a clean, clear, perfect channel to truth. There's nothing that Erin is doing that you can't do. There's nothing that anyone is doing here on earth that you can't do, be, and embody. It's a choice. Do you choose to hold space every day before you see the results? Can you hold that uncomfortable space of not seeing the results and show up every day? Ask to be aware of your thoughts. Ask to hear. What usually happens is people get very, very excited at the beginning of the journey to channeling or hearing their inner voice, and they put a lot of effort into it. But when the results don't show up right away, they tend to give up. This is all about faith and trust and holding space. There's a lot more to it. Erin does have a course, the I Am Connection Keys, which walks you through the exact steps that she followed. So that could be something to look into. But the biggest thing is it's about awareness over the thoughts in your head. And you can speak those out into because the thing is, when you're just listening in your head, what tends to happen is whatever good thoughts you have, you come in and you doubt them as soon as they happen. Has that ever happened to anybody? You've had a great idea and you're so excited, and 5 minutes later you're saying, oh, that would probably never work, right? And so if we can instead use a voice recorder, a voice app on our phone, and ask a question and speak the thoughts directly into that voice recorder without any of the judging from the human perspective. Oh, this isn't safe to say. I shouldn't say this. This must not be God's voice. Just ask a question and say exactly whatever the thoughts are. That's the first step. Awareness. What are those thoughts? And getting them out honestly, for real, the truth, the good thoughts, the bad thoughts, the ugly thoughts, the horrible thoughts you'd never want anyone to know. That's okay. Get them out and become aware. So that really is the first step, because those good thoughts, those thoughts coming from the limitless perspective of dreams do come true and all of these wonderful things, those are your inner voice. Those are your deepest truth. Your desires are divine. But those thoughts of, I'm not good enough, or there's something wrong with me, those are programmings. And the idea is we want to become aware of the difference.
How long did it take you practicing before you started hearing I Am?
It took me about somewhere between 30 and 40 days. And it really was me holding the space. Every day for about a half hour, I closed my eyes and I asked to be guided to the highest guidance in the universe. That's really what it was. And I held that space of belief that something magical was going to come through for me. And even though it wasn't giving me anything in the beginning, I kept showing up. I kept choosing. I must be magic on some level.
All right. I have a question about my health. I understand all the concepts, especially that we create our own reality and our thoughts and our feelings, and I try everything I can to change it. I do laughter therapy every day. I do affirmations. It's become easy for me to heal myself, etc. I know the answer is inside of me, and I keep asking, but I find I'm not listening. Do you have any suggestions?
What a beautiful question. Thank you so much. So we have this idea that if there's something wrong with our health, there's something wrong with us. That poor health is a reflection of not being spiritual or not being good enough, right? Because those truly enlightened souls, they don't experience poor health. They experience just radiant health. And this is clouding our perception of what's actually going on. So when your body is experiencing pain, sickness, or any sort of health issue, we have been trained by our society that we're broken and we need a pill or something or another to fix it. And so much of the spiritual teaching teaches us just fix it with your thoughts. Just make it go away. Just make it better. Just affirm it away, right? Here is the truth about health issues. And this is not medical advice, just a legal disclaimer. This is simply spiritual entertainment. But the truth about the health issues that you experience is that they are guidance. They are divine guidance. Everything you experience in your body, in your mind, it's all divine guidance. When there is a health issue in your body, it's something coming up either from this life or a previous life to be energetically healed. Means simply wrap it in highest vibrational God source light with your mind. You can do this simply by saying that. I wrap, if your leg hurts, I wrap my leg in highest vibrational God source light. I dissolve any densities, any dark energies, and I ask if there is something that I need to see behind this pain, that I be shown that. And be open then. Whatever comes up in your mind, maybe it's a memory, maybe it's a vision, but you will be shown what happened to you in the past that needs to be healed. But when we think it's our job to affirm it away, we're pushing away the healing that wants to come through. Everything that's happening in your experience, everything, other people you interact with, everything that happens within your body, everything that you happens in your experience is guidance from the universe. Can you see it that way? Can you ask, what am I to learn from this to make me stronger, to make me more powerful on earth, on this soul's mission of mine? It was such a good question. Thank you.
Right. Do you know, does this go live immediately? Does this stay up on the channel immediately when it's done, or do we have to like upload it later? Our intention is to put this live on the channel, or put this up on the channel.
It'll be
people
up.
ask that question.
Yeah, it'll be up. Right.
So it'll be up there
Good
somehow.
question. Yeah,
this is the first time doing this, so
yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's going to go up on the channel.
I've done a few lives and they just go right up.
They do immediately.
Unless you stop them. Yeah,
oh, okay.
we
cool.
want it up. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay. As far as health and diet are concerned, is there a diet or foods that are high vibration or low vibration that cause ill health or disease, or is it all what we create with our thoughts?
This is such a beautiful question. So our reality isn't only created by our thoughts, it's created by all of the thoughts of all of the people and entities that are interacting in our reality. So with food, there's actually food that's sprayed with tons of chemicals, and not only chemicals, but thoughts that are not the most positive. And if we eat those foods without clearing them energetically first, we're taking in not just the chemicals on the physical level, but also the thoughts that were created around this food, around ideas of lack, of we have to spray food with chemicals in order to grow it. It's very lack-based. Our earth isn't abundant, isn't naturally made to grow food. This is an abundance mindset, a mindset of growth, of knowing that we are safe here in the physical world and the earth will hold us. But instead, the belief that we must spray our food with chemicals so that it will grow properly is coming from such a lack mindset. And when we eat that sort of food, same thing with the antibiotics pumped into animals that are then eaten. When we eat that sort of food, we do take on those lower vibrational energies. Now, with any food, we can clear it energetically before we eat it with our intention. Erin and Phil only eat organic food now because that's something that they are able to do. And so that's a choice that they've made. And then that food is very much full of abundance energies. The energies of those growers believed that the earth was abundant, believed that the natural cycle of things is beautiful and divine. So as far as looking at meat or fruit or vegetables and all these things as certain diets are better than other diets, once we come past the question of sprayed food with chemicals versus non-sprayed food, then we're in a place where there are different seasons for everyone in their life. And there will be seasons that individuals will benefit more from diets with meat, and there will be seasons where individuals will benefit more from diets without meat. And it's very much about trusting your body, not trusting all the information that's completely conflicting from all of the experts, because every expert has a different opinion. This is very much a trusting what is it your body needs in this season in your life. Thank you for that question.
All right. I think there was a question and now I can't see it. Huh, that's weird. There was another question there and now I can't see it. I'm like, huh. Okay. Oh, well, it popped up. All right. Okay. Aliens. Can you speak about ghosts and aliens? Are they, do they, how do they fit into our physical experience, or where do they exist?
Absolutely beautiful. So that's really two different questions. We'll start with ghosts. So ghosts tend to be humans who, at most humans, the great majority of humans, when they die, return immediately to God, Source. They return to their truth. They see the lessons that are there from this lifetime. They catalog that in their soul star, and they are returned fully to God, Source, until they choose to yet again be projected into the physical. But because we are all infinite creators and our thoughts are creating our experience, there are occasions when a human is so afraid of death, especially when the time of death is very, very near, that instead of accepting, they create and this is very unusual. It's very, very rare. So there's no reason to worry, am I creating this? Unless you are thinking it nonstop. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. I can't handle it if I die. I won't be safe if I die. Things like this non-stop. And again, it's very, very rare. It's not something to worry about, okay? This is something that's a very, very deliberate creation. So these people can get stuck because they simply are not willing to walk into the light of I am God, Source when they die. So they sort of get stuck, and then they are still sort of on the bridge between physical and non-physical. And they will have experiences that allow them to choose another choice to go walk into the light. So they aren't stuck there. They're constantly having experiences that are leading them to the potentiality of making the higher choice, of turning to walk into the light. The light is still illuminating them, still keeping them safe in many ways, even though they are stuck in this fear point of, don't let me die. So that is ghosts. Aliens are much different. Aliens are entities that are creators, just in the same way that humans are creators. And of course, there's alien species that are not, just like we have animals here on Earth that do not consciously create. On other planets in different dimensions, there are certainly alien, I don't want to use the word animal. We don't have a human word for it, but other ways for aliens to experience life beyond conscious creation. But there is also the human version that is consciously creating. Now, aliens don't in any place look anything at all like humans. Other planets, other dimensions have been created for other experiences. And that's beautiful and perfect. So when we see a sci-fi movie where aliens are looking an awful lot like humans, it's not that way. And if we were looking at with our human eyes at an alien, we would not be able to see them with our two human eyes because they are existing in different dimensions than us. There's no aliens existing in the same dimensions as no alien races, just like humanity is a race. There's no alien races existing on the same dimensionality as another alien race. Now, there's aliens that are full of light and very, very high vibrational beings. Erin works with the Arcturians, and they are some of those beautiful beings. And then there's alien races that are very, very low dimensional, that are very dark. And so it runs the gamut. We can connect in with these beings because we are all one and we are all connected completely. And so we can choose to connect in with other beings. Now, it's so important when you're connecting in with other beings, making that space, that you're doing it from a place of first shielding and protecting yourself, anchoring light in above and below, opening up a safe field or circle that is protected, that you are calling in only highest vibrational beings. That's very, very important. Only highest vibrational. And then you want to set some intentions. Intentions are the ground rules for this field or circle that you have opened to hold this space for communication. And intentions should be that what happens within the field or circle is for the highest good of all that is, that it is also embodied at a comfortable rate. And Erin teaches all of this inside of Lightworkers 101 and Quantum Lightwork Academy. And she's also releasing a book in a few months, Lightworkers 101, the book. So you can learn all about that in the book, or Lightworkers 101 is available on her website.
All right. Can you ask God's advice on how to heal uncontrollable rage?
Someone has taught us as a collective human race that our rage should be controlled, that it is bad, that it should be suppressed, that it should be tamped down. Uncontrollable rage is simply guidance from the universe that something very painful has happened to you. in your past, either this life or a past life. The best and quickest way to move through it is to express it. Get out a pillow and scream into it and make the intention. I move this rage through my body. I move this rage out of my body. I ask to be shown the root of this rage. Where did this rage come from? I wrap the root of this rage in light. I choose to heal the rage within me. I choose now to move it through me. When something painful happens to us, we're often very, very angry. Don't hurt me. Stop that. This isn't fair. Don't do this to me. But we aren't able to speak that. And so the rage gets stuffed down where nobody can see it and it wants to boil through. But we think good boys and good girls do not yell, do not rage. And so when it comes out a little bit, we think, oh, I'm very bad. I'm very bad. I need to stop that. I need to fix it. Choose to see your emotions as a compass. Choose to allow them out safely. You can do this. You can drive your car somewhere no one will hear you. Now, if we're just raging with no intention behind it, it's not the release. It's all about our conscious decision to release it, to allow our body to fully experience this rage as it wasn't able to be experienced when it was rooted into us, and moving it through.
Is Alzheimer's a condition of the fear of death?
It's not a fear of death. It is a fear of being seen as we age. It's a fear of, I don't like what's happening to my body. I don't understand who I'm becoming. And it's a choice to fully hide from the experience. It's a choice that I do not want to be seen this way. It is a complete hiding.
How do we deal with grief that comes from having disabilities? There are so many normal things I want to do that everybody else is doing, but I can't because of my PTSD.
The first thing is to wrap yourself in love, give yourself kindness. Understand that everyone's path is different. And just because other people are doing things that you wish you could do, it doesn't mean that their experience is better than yours. Their experience is different. There is nothing, and again, this is not medical advice, this is simply spiritual entertainment, but there is nothing that cannot be healed. You can heal PTSD. It is here to show you that there is a root pain, something very, very difficult happened to you. Your body is trying to protect you. Once you choose that you are capable of healing it, you'll be led to the people that can help you heal it. There are very few conditions in the physical world that cannot be healed when we fully choose that we are ready for the healing. And this is the truth.
Why are most people afraid to die? And if they have a near-death experience that seems to disappear, why can't we all know this right away without going through a near-death experience?
Everything is always happening to lead us to the choice point of what we came here to do, who we came here to be, and the mission we came to fulfill. The people that have a near-death experience are having it because it is the next step on their life path. It doesn't make it easier for them. While it might feel easier for them from your perspective, from their perspective, they now are being led so loudly to go do something about this. And there will be so many layers coming up for them to heal. Most people that have a near-death experience do not share it with the world. We hear about very, 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 very few near-death experiences because most of the people that have them are not willing to do the uncomfortable things necessary to fulfill their soul's mission and to go out and share it with the world. And if you are not having a near-death experience, it doesn't make that path any different from you. You are still being guided to your next steps always. And it's up to you whether or not you're going to do the uncomfortable things necessary to fulfill the mission you came here to fulfill. So it's the perspective of understanding that a near-death experience, in fact, does not make the path easier for them. It just simply is part of their path.
My mother died suddenly and unexpectedly last week. I am stunned. Is there any suggestions from I Am to give me direction?
There are no accidents. There are painful experiences on our life path. But even though it feels sudden and unexpected, it's not an accident and it's not a coincidence. Everything that happens is truly for our highest good, even when it's painful, even when it's incredibly uncomfortable. And so understanding that your mother is now one with God, Source, with I Am. She is returned fully to the light. She is not in any pain. She is in a joyful, amazing, amazing, safe, wonderful place of highest vibrational love. She is bliss right now. Then giving yourself time to grieve. This is part of your life path right now. Now, so often as spiritual beings, we believe that when we understand the truth about oneness and who we really are, that we shouldn't grieve because we know that they have gone back to the light. So shouldn't we just celebrate? But understand that you are human too, and that you're being asked right now to take the time to fully grieve, to feel the pain that's coming up, to feel the things that are coming up that want to heal, and understand that when you give your heart to this process, you will transform and up-level yourself in amazing ways. It is safe to lean into this process. Sending you so, so, so much love as you move through this.
If I Am is neutral, how can a highest good exist?
So, I Am is not neutral. I Am is all that is. I Am is all things at the same time. The good, the bad, all of it. That's all contained within I Am. All of it. Every single bit. It is we who are here to have a physical experience that choose, and not just us, all the other physical beings that have gone before us that are in other higher dimensions, they have chosen to embody light, to embody the part of I am that is pure love, that is pure goodness. And they have paved the way for higher dimensional experiences. And we now are choosing, as a human race, to move ourselves towards that part of I am. But understand that I am is not neutral. I am is all that is, and it's up to us to choose which part of I am that we would like to experience. That was a great question. Thank you so much.
Does having a neurochemical imbalance mean that we have a dark entity attached to us?
Well, it's a possibility, but I'm getting a very strong no, not usually. That's not normally a specific side effect. Now, when our body is out of balance, there's always the possibility that there is a dark entity attached to us. But more likely, we have trapped emotions that have not been released when they needed to be released. So it's looking at what emotions want to move through us. Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it grief? What are the emotions that want to move through us? And sometimes the neurochemical imbalance is the other way, and it's happiness and joy that we are suppressing, and we are afraid to feel, we are afraid to fully embody. The fear that humans often have of fully feeling their emotions is so tied to the fear of being fully seen. And when we can choose that it's safe to be all of us, safe to understand that our emotions are not bad, they are not wrong, they are simply information about what wants to be balanced within us, then we can start moving much, much quicker in the direction of the experiences and emotions that we do want to have. Now, the best way to decide if you have a negative entity attached to you is ask yourself, do I feel that this is likely for me? And just, we have the answers within us. We do not trust them when we receive them. And this is true. We say, I'm not the expert. I don't know anything about this. So even if I feel a yes or a no, I can't trust that. This is all about the process of remembering the answers are always inside of us. So if it's a negative entity, you're going to feel strongly. I've been thinking for a long time there's a negative entity attached to me. I've been wondering, I've been reading books, I've been trying to figure out, is a negative entity attached to me? If this is the path that you have been on, wondering, is this what's going on? Then trust that, yes, this is what's going on. But if somebody just mentioned to you, hey, I wonder if that's what it is, and you're like, well, I don't know, maybe, if it's not something that you have been curious about and wondering about, then it's probably not the case. And it's safe to trust those inner nudges. It really, really is. And the more that you do that, the more that you actually grow and expand your psychic gifts and your ability to receive information.
Can you expand on what a dark entity is?
So dark entities are beings that are off planet, that are alien races that have chosen to, in many ways, disconnect from the light of I am and embody the darkness in an attempt to never die out of fear. And there are many that are working through humans, and That's essentially what it is. Earth has been controlled for thousands of years by dark entities, and we are moving beyond that now, which is, it's a really amazing time to be alive on Earth during this ascension and move to the embodiment of light and your truth. And so while dark entities have had control for a long time, they are losing their grip and they are losing their power.
All right. I am becoming highly suspicious of the English language structure itself. Am I creating this word magic that seemed to be set up against us?
So the first thing that I want you to do is, when you start feeling, I'm worried about the way the world is set up. I don't know if I'm safe here. I'm seeing all of these signs and symbols that are telling me that there's some wonky stuff going on. I want you to choose that you're a creator and you choose to live in an abundant world, a world where you are safe. Choose that you are safe because you are creating your world. Now, words absolutely have so much power. Not only that, many of them are set up and created as brainwashing devices for humanity by the dark entities that have controlled things. It's interesting, you can look at words like spelling, spells, magic, right? There's cursive, curse, vowels, vow. There's so much, and then you can get into the gematria with the numbers. But the most powerful thing to do is understand that the entities that have controlled humanity have almost completely lost all of the power that they have wielded. And black magic is no longer the powerful binding force that it was, and it in fact almost has no power left. Not that it's completely powerless, but it's really, really dwindling. It's amazing. So remind yourself that you are safe. You are here for a reason. You are here to embody light, and it's safe to do so.
Please explain how we can heal and repair those energetic blockages or patterns of behavior of our ancestors to bring more wholeness to humanity.
So it all starts with us. We are going to, as we go on our energetic healing journey, we're going to start healing, first of all, the now body. Okay? What's coming up in your body? Where are there pains? Where are there memories? Before we fill up our own body, we are not ready or equipped to move into past lives or ancestral healing. So it must first start with us. Once you are healing within, not that kind of healing that's halfway in, that watery, just kind of healing where you heal a little bit and then more comes and it's just always coming and you're just always healing. No, true energetic healing that rises you. It's incredible. So once you are doing this, wrapping yourself in love, choosing that because you are God, that when you do that, you have the full power and authority to dissolve any lower vibrational anythings within your physical body, your energy body, and your mind, when you choose that and you hold the space every day, I'm wrapping my body in this light, highest vibrational God source light. And when I do that, I dissolve anything darker within me. Make the choice every day to hold space for this. 20 minutes a day, hold space for this. As you do that, you heal and you up level. And as you do that, you become this powerhouse of energy, of power, of healing ability, who then is shown words and pictures of ancestral pain, past life pain. We aren't given it before we're ready, before we've done the work on ourselves. We start with ourselves, and then naturally it is given to us when we are ready. So trust that if you're not receiving the pictures or images or knowings of ancestral things that need to be healed, it's because there's more work to do within first, and it will come to you in divine timing.
How can we heal disassociation? I disconnected from my mind and emotions when I was young and have had a hard time coming back to myself and my life. I feel like I've been absent this whole time.
First of all, no one's path is better or worse than anyone else's path. And the first question you want to ask yourself is not, how can I heal? How can I fix this which makes me different from others? It's, what is the magic in the way that I am different from others? What's the magic here? So sometimes it's not that we're broken or there's something wrong with us. It's that we're asking the wrong questions because everyone else around us is telling us we are wrong the way that we are. And because we feel different, all of us who are here in our wake feel different in some way or another. And so it is easy for us to believe that we are wrong the way that we are. Ask what the magic is. Once you know what the magic is, what makes this part of your path? Why did you have to experience this to become the powerhouse that you are here to be? Once you have a good answer to that, then you can heal it. Then you can choose to release the situation that brought this to you. And you can choose to embrace a reconnection of all that is. And all you need to do for that is simply hold space for that every day. Space of belief. I trust the universe is connecting me back fully, bringing me back fully online as a fully embodied human. Holding space for that, wrapping light around your body and holding space and the belief that this is happening. Thank you for that question. Thank you.
All right. I'm wondering if we can create things through thoughts without taking action. I've been dreaming of going to one place for many years, and it seems simple yet difficult at the same time. I don't really know what action I can take other than thinking about it. Do you have any suggestions?
So if it has been your dream to go to one place, it's guidance. It's guidance. And there will always be, when we are following our guidance, when we're taking that scary first step or next step, there's always going to be 1,000 reasons why this isn't practical for us. That's why the people that have incredible success in the world talk about trusting the universe or trusting their intuitive nudges, or they just had a feeling. they had a feeling, and where 99% of people would have said, but I can't because of this, they said, well, I guess I'm going to do this thing. And so it is an opportunity to build your trust, to follow your knowing. And maybe you would love to go live in this place, and that seems completely out of reach. So it stays a dream. But if you choose, I'm going to go visit this place for a few days, and maybe that seems completely out of your reach. But if you choose it and choose, I'm going to begin to receive the money to go to this place because I'm choosing that I will do it. You don't know what's going to happen when you go to this place, but it's going to be the next step on your life path. So it's all about choosing, even though it doesn't make sense, and choosing that, okay, I'm choosing I'm going to do this. Now I believe the money's going to come to enable me to do this. I think, okay, the kids are at grandma's. We have to go get the kids. So we have to say goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you so much to each and every one of you for spending your Friday night with us. Thank you, everyone who's watching on the replay. Leave us a comment, #replay. So much love to each and every one of you. Do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye. Thank you for being here for this.
Was this
exciting.
awesome or what?
Yeah, I'm glad for this.
So we will see you guys next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
And thanks for all your questions in the comments. Thank you.
Amazing questions. I love you all. Have a beautiful week. We will see you soon.